Hi there, welcome to I Lone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Leo. And as I was shuffling the cards, these ones flipped over in the deck. We have the Two of Cups, the Star, the Moon, and the Devil. And the reason they came out is because of the King of Pentacles. People that are harnessing high vibe Leo energy right now are people who are aligned within themselves. The way they present themselves in the world is very grounded and stable and nurturing and loving. They're good business leaders. They're good marriage partners. They're good friends. Why? Because they've grown and matured themselves. They've learned lessons in life. The way they take action in the world is authentically based on who they are emotionally. They're not presenting a facade. They have hope and faith and belief in their dreams, and they listen to their intuition about being aware of their own shadow nature, being aware that other people have a shadowy nature. Our shadow nature can be our more image, it's our worldly nature, our more base, beastly nature. So it can be our more selfish, immature, greedy, selfish, lazy, want to blame other people instead of taking responsibility for our own actions. Um, Immature and indulgent nature. And there's some people in the world right now harnessing high vibe Leo energy. If they're already in a romantic relationship, both of the people, and they're to your friend groups and other people in the world who are like you, they're all people who have hope and faith and belief in their dreams. In Aquarius energy, they see life from a higher perspective. We all want the things of the world. We all want stability and security, and we'd all like to enjoy the finer things in life, but we're not willing to give up our dreams and not be aligned with love in order to have those things. And we and the people that we're in relationships with that move forward with us because they also have hope and faith in that dream of working together with people who harness high vibe Capricorn, high vibe Aquarius, high vibe Pisces, high vibe Capricorn. Capricorn is represented in shadow by the devil. High vibe Capricorn is people who've learned lessons in life to free themselves from their more immature, selfish, greedy, it's all about me nature. Because they have a dream of working together with other people and having a dream come into reality based on love. And so they listen to their intuition. If they start to get in their more shadowy nature, they put in the work and effort out of love for themselves to see life from a higher perspective, to keep focused on the dream and to listen to their intuition. And the moon card can talk about, if we're feeling kind of selfish, greedy, prideful, whatever, fear and insecure, why? There's something buried beneath the surface that we need to look at. And high vibe people put in and invest the time, energy, and effort from a place of love to gain perspective, to step back and look at things from a higher perspective. And they deal with their own inner issues because when we work together with other people, it could trigger some of our issues we need to deal with, that we need to learn lessons about, that we maybe areas of our own life where we need to grow and mature ourselves or shed some of our self-limiting belief or our fear or insecurity. High vibe people put in that work and effort to deal with those issues within themselves, to grow and mature themselves, because if they grow and mature themselves and face their fears and their self-limiting beliefs, they can keep working together with other people who do that also. So, regardless of if you're in a romantic relationship or not, you and the people in your life are all doing that work, and all the other people in the world who aren't willing to sacrifice their dreams just for indulging in the world, because shadowy Capricorn can be about indulging in the world. So, what are people who harness shadowy Leo energy doing? And shadowy Leo energy can just be people who are caught up in the illusions of the world, the money, the image, the status, the materialism, the fear, the insecurity. People haven't learned to love themselves. People might have given up their dreams of love and what they're more aligned with in their Two of Cups. You know, we all have a dualistic nature, and we have the free will to decide which aspect of my dualistic nature am I going to align with. And some people, because they have fear and insecurity, because they've been hurt before, maybe they didn't see life from a higher perspective when they were hurt before. And so now they're emotionally confused and they're in fear and insecurity and emotional defensiveness and ego. And some people decide, I'm not doing love anymore. I can get hurt doing that. I've been hurt before. And sadly, they give up their dreams of love and they align with harnessing these energies in a more shadowy way. They are going to invest in aligning with their more worldly aspect of Aquarius energy. I don't have hope and faith and belief in love anymore. I'm going to make my life about looking like a shining star in the world. And I'm going to try to have the image and the money and the status, or just indulge in things of the world that make me feel better. And I haven't been willing to see through the illusion. I keep my fears and my insecurities and my past pain and heartbreak buried beneath the surface. Because the negative energy and negative thoughts and negative thinking and negative people in the world have stopped them from growing and maturing themselves and loving and believing in themselves. Some people, because they have the things of the world, maybe they have money or status or image or power or influence, or they just think they're good looking, or, you know, the pentacle can be, what do I have in the world that I think other people would want to be in a relationship with me? It could be using their sexuality, even though it's a pentacle. But, you know, the pentacles talk about the resources that we have in the world. Some people think, you know what? I can use my resources that I have in the world in order to get people in a relationship with me. If they're not motivated by love in a relationship, why are they motivated to get in a relationship? Either to make them look, the Aquarius is represented by the star energy. I want to look like I'm really successful in the world. I want to look like a shining star in the world. And I'm going to hide, because the moon, again, can be about keeping things buried beneath the surface. I'm going to try to keep hidden the fact that I do have a lot of fear or insecurity, or maybe that I'm self-centered, or maybe that I'm materialistic. Some people right now are in relationships, in workplaces, or wanting to be in relationships and maybe get married, because the King and Queen of Pentacles is the only married suit of the deck. But it also, in Capricorn energy, can be about being a business leader and all those things and working on your career. Some people want to put a lot of work and effort into focusing on the things of the world, having those things of the world, so they look like a shining star, so other people will get in relationship with them. Oh, you look very successful. You look very, you know, someone who presents themselves creates the illusion that they're very stable and grounded and nurturing and loving, like they would be a good business person, manager, or partner, but it's just an illusion. Underneath the surface, they haven't done the work within themselves to grow and mature themselves. They're still operating from their egoic nature, their fearful nature, their insecure nature, not wanting to grow up, not maybe have addictions, and you can be addicted to money and materialism. If that's how you derive your sense of worth and value, and without that you feel like you don't have worth and value, yeah, that's something you're addicted to. Some people are trying to get someone to get in a relationship or stay in a relationship with them because of the ego and the image and the status. And they could be hoping that either the person they get into a relationship with or they are in a relationship with won't see through the illusion. Oh, are you motivated by the image and the status and the money and the stability and security too? Me too. Should we both hide from our fears and our insecurities? Should we both give up on dreams of love? Should we indulge in a relationship because of the ego and the status or the fear or the insecurity. Problem is once, if the other people in the relationship don't see the truth, because the moon can be about trying to create an illusion so people don't see the truth, because the opposite of the moon would be the sun, right? And that's where things are clearly seen. If their partner starts to see through the illusion that people aren't who they say they are, then there's going to be a problem, right? Some people are in relationships with people and they're not seeing the truth of the people they're in relationship with. Some people are going to get in relationships with people they don't see through the illusion of. Some people are in workplaces where they think their dreams are going to come into reality, but they don't realize that maybe someone who's maybe in a position of power is competitive or prideful or envious or jealous and is going to work against them having their dream come into reality. So the whole thing is we have been given a secret weapon in life, and that secret weapon is our intuition. We can see things, we can hear things, everything can look great, sound great, but what is our intuition telling us? Is our intuition telling us there's something wrong here? These people or this person is not presenting themselves. There's something that I sense, because the moon card can talk about listening to your intuition. I'm sensing there's something wrong, and I can't put my finger on it, because some people wear a really good social mask. By everything that they have in life, it looks like they're a decent, upstanding person. But are they hiding that? It could be some people like to be in relationships, and it can be in shadowy Aquarius energy that I like people to indulge me in a relationship. I like people to view me a certain way. And so long as those people view me and have this illusion about who I am and they treat me that way, it's kind of could be like a narcissist. As long as people buy into the illusion and they feed my illusion of how I view myself, even though that isn't the truth. I have addictions, I have compulsions, I have obsessions, I have a lot of fear and insecurity, I'm very codependent, I have addictions. So long as people haven't seen the truth of me, it feeds their ego. The only problem is once people see through the illusion, and if people start to, we can get in a relationship or have a job. It can seem very nurturing and supportive and encouraging. High vibe people put in work and effort within themselves to grow and mature themselves within that environment because they want the dream to come into reality. They know that they've probably got some of their past pain and heartbreak to deal with, some of their self-limiting beliefs, some of their fears and insecurities to deal with. And as high vibe people in those relationships start to listen to their intuition and deal with their own insecurities, we'll call it, and they start to grow and mature themselves and free themselves from some of their self-limiting beliefs. If you're dealing with someone who's very self-centered and likes to be indulged in a relationship, that person won't like it because you're not making them like the devil wanting to be the center of your universe. Like you're supposed to look to them as your savior and your saving grace. You're not supposed to want for anything more than being in a relationship with them. They have the looks, they have the money, whatever it is they think they have that kind of makes them a little demigod. They think you should be willing to stay in a relationship with them. They're all that you should ever need and want in life. Kind of makes me giggle because Lucifer in the Bible was kind of called the shining star. Or I think Lucifer itself stands for morning star. That's what it is. And some people kind of feel that way because they don't think that there is any other purpose maybe to being on this planet. It is all about the money and the materialism and the status and the image. And if they have those things, they feel like a god. and you should look at them as a shining star, and you should want to be in relationship with them because of it. They're consumed by the things of the world. They maybe don't have hope and faith and belief that there's anything more or any other reason for people to be in relationships. They could be people who live more from their mind than their heart. Isn't Game of Life a strategy and trying to present yourself in a certain way so people will be drawn and tempted to want to be in a relationship with you because you have these things? It's like the devil saying, I'll give you the world. I'll give you all the things of the world. It'll all look good on the surface, like you've got it all. It just won't be love. And that's where shadowy people, especially if they're prideful and egotistical and think that if they have these things of the world, they don't have to do love and that they can just indulge themselves being selfish and greedy in a relationship. If you get in a relationship with someone and you create the illusion where I'm willing to work together with you to bring a dream into reality, and you know your partner wants like a just and fair and balanced and loving and authentic relationship, and they aren't authentic, they just wear a social mask of being like a loving, nurturing person, but really it's all about them. It's about to get in the relationship so they look very successful and victorious. It's about being in the relationship, maybe with people who have money, if they're not the one who has money or has the looks or whatever, for them to indulge in it. It's all about them and their ego, or them indulging in their lust and their greed. Or if they have someone who views them a certain way where they can keep staying immature and never have to grow up and mature themselves. People who indulge them in a relationship. Some of them want to be a marriage partner to someone that they think would make them look like a star. For some of them, it particularly could be a Capricorn. For others, it's just people who they view as having those things of the world, that image or that status or that money that they want. And the thing is, they view that person as loving and view that person as like, oh my gosh, if I was able to be their partner, that would be like my dream come true. And the reason that person is really drawn to that person is because there's some deep, well, it doesn't have to be deep. We all repeat patterns of relationship because we have lessons to learn in life. And the moon can talk about there's things buried in our subconscious or things we haven't wanted to look at. And we can be drawn to getting into relationships with people who are kind of like the devil who comes into our life to help us see the truth, a truth that we weren't seeing. And the truth is to love ourselves, believe in ourselves, see life from a higher perspective, believe in ourselves, believe in our dreams. Because our shadow nature can be about being codependent on other people for our sense of stability and security, to make us look successful, to make us feel better. If we keep some issues buried beneath the surface and we just think, if I just get in this relationship or get this job, it'll all be better, it'll all like miraculously go away. We can be drawn to getting in relationships with people who came into our life to help us see, is this really your truth? Is this really your dream? Seems kind of unhealthy. Someone here is being kind of bossy, controlling, manipulative, prideful, egotistical, immature, secretive, something. And we need to see through our illusions. And we need to invest time, energy, and effort into loving ourselves and not giving up on our dreams and get out of our illusions of this way we might have viewed life because of the way we've been brought up, like, oh, I'm supposed to get in a relationship with these kind of people or get in a relationship, blah, blah, blah. The whole thing is, it's time to change, and we're entering the age of Aquarius, and for people
to let go of some old ways of being and view life differently. And I think part of it is for everybody to love and believe in themselves and do that inner work instead of kind of people maybe kind of getting in relationships, not doing the work within themselves and maybe being a little bit more codependent and kind of doing the status quo because the status quo has gotten toxic. And anything we do for a long enough time, people can start abusing their power, their if they have a place of position or privilege in the world or in relationship dynamics because of those patterns that people have gotten comfortable with and everybody wants to keep kind of doing those same patterns, it becomes abusive and unhealthy. And we might have seen that in the world with like all the divorce rates and people not really wanting to get married. We're going to go through a phase of transition because there's things that people need to deal with. And I think it is for everybody to do this work within themselves so that we are more emotionally mature people. So people aren't getting in relationships either being codependent or thinking they have a privileged place or position in a relationship and think that they have the right to abuse that. So, if any of you aren't in a relationship, you could have had some illusions of someone who you thought would be on the same page as you, have the same dream as you do. But we can not be seeing people clearly, and people can change over time. If you had been in a relationship with someone that you realized had some unhealthy patterns or attachments or ways of viewing a relationship, you could have kind of been dreaming, because the Pisces card kind of talks about dreaming of someone else, say you got out of that relationship, a dreaming of someone else that you would be willing to, because sometimes why do we keep putting work and effort into a relationship that's kind of unhealthy? Because sometimes we'd rather stay with the devil we know than face a new devil. And whenever we get in a relationship with people, there's going to be new things to deal with that everybody's going to have to work through. And there could be someone you'd like to be in a relationship with. You could be intuitive that they could be kind of in a shadowy situation. The thing is to listen to your intuition about who do you think at their core is really someone who does act with character and integrity, who is loving. And just like you could have gotten in a relationship where you had to learn some lessons and learn to love and believe in yourself, other people in the world could have also gotten themselves in relationships like that. And you could be intuitive that someone is kind of in something that has gotten a little unhealthy for some reason, or it kind of was from the beginning and they weren't seeing it. You could be trying to offer them resources, even if just being patient and, because if somebody is certainly in another relationship, it's not like you want to, they need to make their own free will decision. Tell us about this moon card. Ace, oh, there's a card behind it. Ace of Wands and the Strength card because of the Knight of Wands. Oh, so what this could be saying too, regardless of who you might know or think, or as you're moving forward in your life, you're going to listen to your intuition. There might be people who want to come towards you. The devil can talk about people who are very attracted to you. You're going to have to listen to your intuition and be bold and brave, because if you don't want to repeat a pattern of relationship, you need to be bold and brave and strong in your Leo energy to listen to your intuition. It's not to be fearful and afraid of other people, but you have that superpower of your intuition that if people seem to be more immature players, yeah, been there, done that. I'm looking for grown-ups. People have grown and learned lessons in life, not people who want to come indulge in a relationship with me. You're also going to listen to your intuition. If some people have grown and matured themselves and learned lessons from difficulties they've faced in life and maybe learned lessons from some people they came in contact with to know the difference between what is loving and what isn't loving, and they've aligned with growing and maturing themselves and loving themselves, and they could be coming towards you because they view you as someone who's bold and brave and confident and looks at life as an adventure to be lived, and you don't let past pain and heartbreak and poor relationships of the past and all that stuff um, hold you back from believing in your dreams. And you could have inspired them to believe in their dreams, and they could have done the work themselves or gotten out of relationships that were unhealthy and done the same work. That's what you're looking for, someone who's done the same work as you have. Some of you could be in relationships or you were in relationships with people that when it got to be where they had to do the work within themselves to deal with their self-limiting beliefs or their views of how they view relationship, where they think they should be able to be kind of bossy or controlling or manipulative or be able to be self-centered, and we all do what we think is just and fair in the world, right? Some of those people are not willing to face their own inner issues. They want to be in denial of the truth of who they are, that they might be very materialistic or self-centered or immature or whatever, and they don't want to deal with the truth. It takes work to beat the devil, right? To free yourself from your shadowy nature, to choose love. And some people that you are in a relationship or were in a relationship with are people who are like, nope, I'm not going to deal with those things. I'm not going to put work and effort. I'm okay living in the shadow. I'm okay living in the illusion. I'm kind of inspired by my ego to keep doing things the way I've done it. And I think there's other people I could get in a relationship with who probably have those same fears or insecurities or don't want to face their fears and insecurities, who don't maybe want to grow up or mature themselves, who might be caught up in the illusion of the world, who want to be in a relationship with me to look like we're shining stars in the world. And they won't require me to face my demons. And you're looking for someone who has faced their demons. So, if you're a Leo, you'd have to figure out which one you were. We all harness Leo energy. If you're cross-watching for a Leo, you might find out you harness high vibe Leo, and the other people operate more from their pride and egotistical nature. High vibe Leo is people who listen to their intuition and having hope and faith and belief in their dreams, being bold and brave and confident to authentically be themselves in the world, not to present an illusion of who they are, to truly authentically be someone who operates from a place of love, and they listen to their heart and their intuition to guide them, making stable, grounded decisions, listening to their intuition about what's unhealthy and what's healthy, what's loving, what's not loving, so that they can have new beginnings in their life, continuing to grow and mature themselves so they don't keep repeating toxic ways of thinking or perceiving themselves in the world or those type of relationships. They want to start fresh and new. Tell us about the devil. The devil creates the illusion of harnessing high vibe Cancer, like love and home and family, and high vibe Libra Taurus. I'm just, I'm fair, I'm balanced, I'm hardworking, I'm committed. I put in work and effort to have all these things of the world, to be surrounded by abundance, to be victorious. I have decided that's how I want to live my life. And that could be some of the people you had to retreat from because they wanted you And other people in the world who are in relationships with people like that wanted people to buy into the illusion. Keep moving forward with me. Keep investing in me. We'll have the things of the world. We have status and image or surrounded by luxury in life or indulging in the things of the world that we want to indulge in. Decide that is how you want to live your life. Don't listen to your intuition. Don't temper your pride and ego. Don't. High Vibe Sagittarius is about educating yourself, higher learning. No, stay in a relationship because of the ego and the image and the status. Keep indulging me in a relationship. I want to look like I have all these things in the world. So, and when you said, I want to do love, I'm connected in with myself emotionally and intuitively. I've done the work and effort to get in the driver's seat of my life, to take the reins of my dualistic nature, to align with love. You're harnessing high vibe Cancer, high vibe Libra Taurus. I've put in the work and effort from a place of love to free myself from my fearful, insecure, shadowy nature. And I've chosen to grow and mature myself. What are you going to do? And they're like, oh shit, no, I ain't doing that. I'll go find someone else who will indulge me in a relationship. Maybe someone else who'll want to move forward and make it look like we have everything the world should say we should want. We'll look like we have it all. It's just not based on love. It's based on fear or insecurity or codependency. So tell us about some people right now are going to invest in a relationship that they think will make them look like they're a shining star. And that person they're hoping is not going to see through the illusion of who they are. They present themselves as harnessing high vibe Capricorn energy, regardless of what zodiac sign they are, but they actually harness shadowy Capricorn energy. They operate from their shadow nature, their egoic nature. It could all be about, I want to look shadowy Chariot energy. I want to look like I've had a victory, like I'm the winner, like I'm the one who is loved and supported and encouraged and surrounded by abundance. Sadly, they could be getting in a relationship again for all those reasons. I want to look like I'm victorious and successful. I want people to view me in a certain way, but they're not getting in a relationship with people because of love. They're like using other people to help them maintain a certain image of themselves. What is this image of the King of Pentacles that they want to convey to the world? That they're putting work and effort into love. But really, they're kind of more in the King of Wands, indulging themselves and maybe using their sexuality to get people to be in relationships with them, to get people to be attracted to them and view them a certain way. They're not really actually putting in work and effort into love. They might mistake, again, how do people view life? People could view like it's to have sex with someone to have these things of the world. Isn't that what everybody does? They might think, I have these mirrors out here because how we tend to view the world is how we tend to view other people. And some people who aren't very connected in with themselves emotionally, who keep their emotions buried beneath the surface, who think life is all about the image and the status and the money and the materialism, or indulging themselves where they are immature and maybe use their sexuality to get things that they want, where they hide that they have a lot of fear and insecurity and codependency or lust or greed or whatever. It's all just to create this illusion so people will be in relationship with them to make them look successful in the world. But it's not really based on love. But that's the image they're trying to portray. Okay, well, let's finish it up here. What about the people that are in high vibe Leo energy? they're being bold and brave and confident and listening to their intuition. They are tempering themselves so that they don't take kind of impulsive, reckless action in their life. They are educating themselves about their own shadow nature so they can free themselves and really look to the future and have new emotional beginnings with people who truly do harness high vibe Capricorn and high vibe Aries energy. Other people of the world who've done this work, who are bold and brave and confident, willing to be emotionally vulnerable and nurturing and loving, authentically be themselves in the world, not wearing a false mask. What you don't see coming in the Six of Cups and the Four of Swords, well, the way it could be read is that you're either going to have a new beginning because you have learned these lessons in life, because the Virgo energy talks about going within to gain insight and wisdom, to gain clarity. You're investing that time and energy to reconcile yourself with the past. The Six of Cups can be a past card, and the Four of Swords is meditating on the truth. So you're not in illusion. So you're not, hung up on someone in your past, like hoping one day they'll become loving when they have probably shown you every day that they've been in a relationship with you, or every day since they quit being in a relationship with you, that they didn't choose love. But we can want to project our traits and characteristics onto other people, and we can find it hard to understand. If we've been in a relationship with someone that we thought a dream was going to come into reality, we could have viewed them as someone different than who they were, that the truth was maybe revealed. And we just have to see the truth. Not seeing the truth and being in denial of the truth keeps us stuck in stagnant energy. And we have to see the truth that loving people move forward in love. They take action in love. They make a decision to be a grown, matured person and put in work and effort to be bold and brave in love. And the people who aren't doing that in your life anymore, we need to see the truth so we can let go of the past and move forward in our life. And as you move forward in your life, and we start to invest in other people who harness high vibe Scorpio energy, people who do work together with people from a deep emotional level because they've healed. They're not operating from fear and insecurity and pride and ego. Because shadowy Scorpio is people who are more emotionally shallow. They keep their emotions buried beneath the surface, and it's just to indulge in relationships. Life's just about death, sex, and taxes. Who am I going to have sex with to look like I'm successful in the world? As you move forward investing in people like that are going to invest in you because you've healed and you're not letting the past and your self-limiting beliefs dictate your decisions. And it is possible that there could be someone that from your past, not the shadowy person because they've already chosen their path in life, right? But someone else who sees that you've healed. Maybe they were someone who wanted to be in a relationship with you, but you went off and got in a different relationship, or they went off and got in a different relationship, or something. Anyway, it could be someone from your past that sees that you've healed and you've freed yourself from your more self-limiting beliefs, and now that you've healed, they would be willing to invest some time to get to know you and see if you could heal, because we all could have gotten in relationships and been someone who wasn't willing to move forward with people who were kind of more grown and matured than we were. And you could be that person and someone else is going to come to make you an offer, or you could have been the person who sadly got caught up in your self-limiting beliefs or illusions about the world, and you could have let somebody who really was willing to put work and effort into love slip away. And why would you do that? Because you had lessons learned. And if they did that to you, if they weren't, see, the difference is the people in our life that we believe are people who truly were loving and giving and warm. They were authentic and honest in the relationship, but something maybe just not ready to commit, or um, got focused more on the world or things like that. You know, I'm not talking about someone who has shown you that they never were who they you said they were. you know, um, and the shadowy people, what do they not see coming? Seven of Pentacles and the Empress. Well, the high vibe people are going to invest in loving and believing in themselves to get the justice they deserve. And they're probably going to invest in somebody who presents himself as loving, who has a lot of stability and security and money and materialism, because their philosophy of life, the Seven of Pentacles, is Taurus energy, and their underlying philosophy of life never was love. And that's the difference between trying to discern between people. People either, Taurus energy talks about our underlying philosophy of life, how we view relationships, how we view the world, and it affects the major decisions we make in our life. And some people's underlying philosophy is, I invest in things of the world. I don't listen to my intuition. I don't connect in with love. That seems illogical to me, or I could get hurt doing that. I think my philosophy is to invest in people and things that bring me those creature comforts in the world, or treat me like a privileged person in a relationship, because I am kind of self-centered, That's what shadowy Aquarius energy. What type of Aquarius energy do we align with? Is it hope and faith and belief and love, or is it looking like a shining star in the world? What drives people's decisions in life? And if you know someone who could have moved away from you, and you know they're immature, you know they're egotistical, you know they're self-centered, you know they like to be the privileged person in a relationship, you know they like to be indulged in a relationship, you know they like for everyone else to put aside their pride and ego, but not them, never them, well, then they've shown you their philosophy of life is their ego. And they don't think they have lessons to learn in life. They're happy with the way they live their life. They're going to use their things of the world to try to get other people to stay in a relationship. They could have figured out that, oh my God, how'd I get in a relationship with you? You have hope and faith and belief and love. I don't do that. That means I'd have to see life differently than I see it. That means I'd have to heal from my past, and I'd have to put in work and effort to gain insight and understanding about why I live my life like this. And there's a lot of people in the world who never want to self-reflect. I just want to ignore it. I'm just going to keep moving forward. In my pride and ego, I'll just go indulge in the world or indulge with someone else. I want to keep those things buried beneath the surface. And there's other people in your life who could have been kind of immature at times, whatever, but you knew that the core of them and the way they conducted themselves in their life really was being a more open, honest, loving, authentic person in the world. Those are some of the people that could come back into your life if it's not just someone new, is what I'm trying to clarify. So, what the shadowy people don't know is the high vibe people are going to keep investing in love, and they could be confused. The moon could talk about being confused. How do you do that? I've never done that. I get up in my pride and ego and I keep repeating my same old patterns. I never have victory over my shadow nature. My egoic nature always wins. And the difference is high vibe people put in work and effort from love, and the other people said, I don't think I want to put in work and effort. I think I'll just go indulge myself and making life just about me, and I don't have to grow and mature myself. So there you go, Leo. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.